My apologies, on the last video I said that I had the debugger window and it was only focused on the compiler window. Now, seriously, we're going to look at the debugger window. So now I'll go to Robot C, and this is where I'll need to make sure I have my robot plugged in. But before I plug in, I'm going to choose Robot, and I want to select my communication mode, and I want to make sure it's at USB only. So as I have USB only, I want to make sure that my program has been saved as well. At this point, I should be able to go ahead and start my steps of plugging in the robot. So I plug in the USB cable to the computer. I plug in the other end of the USB cable into the VEX brain. And then I could go ahead and turn the battery pack on. And as I do that, now I should be able to go ahead and choose Download to Robot. And if you get something here that says there's no device connected to the PC, you could hit OK. You could X out. And essentially, it is a little bothersome, but you will have to go ahead and turn off the battery power again. You would have to unplug from the VEX, unplug from your computer. You would plug in again to the computer, so you're repeating that same process of plugging in the USB to the computer, then back to the VEX brain, and then turning on the battery. And now when I click Download Robot, it seems like it's working, and here I have my debugger here. And it already a window popped up for me, but I want to show you how to get to that window. So this program should be able to work. I should be able to hit start and see if it does work, and you should hear something in the background, hopefully. So there's my wheel that started, and now it's await, and there's nothing else in my program because I didn't continue it. So as I stop here, we're going to look at the debugger window though, because the debugger window is very important. It lets you know if you have everything plugged in correctly. So as I'm in Robot, I can look at debugger windows, and I want to make sure that I have motors, my sensors, those two checked. So I clicked on motors. I'm going to go ahead and click on sensors as well. So I'm set there. And now I could go ahead and see if my power will work on those. So as I'm here on the motor, I could assess my power, and I could set it to anything. Again, 127 is our maximum power. I could set it to 127, and you should hear the motor running in the background. I could do the same for the other one. So then I could go ahead and set everything to 0. So I could have both motors stopped. I could also go ahead and look at my sensors to see how those work. Click on my sensors here, and you see the numbers are already coming up. So this is my line follower. So this is the one that adjusts light, and I could put my finger over it and see how the value changes. So this will let you know if you're trying to establish a range what you could do. The potentiometer one is the one that goes ahead and rotates. So this one you could adjust, and that will give you values all the way, it looks, to 4095, all the way down to 0. And then your touch sensors, those are like your button ones. I push the gray button, which go on, off. Also have the limit switch. This makes sure that they're working. Now if you're going ahead and you're hitting buttons on your sensors and you're not seeing anything, you have to double check to see if they're plugged in correctly. But this debugger window is very helpful in making sure that you don't have a simple mistake of plugging in a wire to the wrong port. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Good luck with your testing your program. See what you could come up with.